Everybody hear me? The voice is that good? Okay. First of all, I'd like to thank the organizing committee for allowing me to stand up here today in this meeting to talk about our experience at Kuwait University of Science. So today I will be talking about our experience and commitment for safety and how we started to change things at Health Sciences Center. So basically I'll be talking about the Health Sciences Center. I'll give you an overview, then I'll talk about the safety concept, and then at the end I will talk about our experiences in medical waste management. I think this is better. Kuwait University Health Sciences Center is basically the medical campus for Kuwait University. It has 4 major faculty, starting with Faculty of Medicine, then Allied Health Sciences, Pharmacy, and Dentistry. In addition to that, there is a governance office, which is the Vice President Office for Health Sciences. It houses 4 major administration, Vice President Office, the Health Sciences Library, Technical Support Administration, English Language Unit, and we are responsible of the medical practices and principle magazine. It is the International Journal of the Health Sciences Center, and we are that. Health Sciences Center, or HSC as we call it, has long commitment for research, and not just research, and outstanding research and education. And to achieve that goals, we need to ensure that our staff, visitors, and students are safe while they pursue research breakthroughs. So, in the laboratories doing their work, teaching, and research, we need to make sure that our staff and students are safe, because safety matters. Otherwise, we will have a disaster. So what is the safety concept that we are promoting through these conferences and different activities? First of all, let me give you a snapshot about environmental health and safety at HSC prior to the year of 2009. Well, before 2009, we didn't have any proper records of medical waste collection. We didn't have clear environmental guidelines. We didn't have clear services. We didn't have a proper records of occupational injuries in our facilities. So we didn't know how many people got injured because of work. We had some individual efforts at either departmental level or faculty level to enhance safety, but unfortunately they were not sufficient. The concept of safety as in occupational health and safety were missing. So what did we do in 2009? In 2009, the Vice President for Health Sciences, he formed a committee for laboratory and environmental safety. That committee was in charge of setting up a systematic solution for medical waste management, unifying laboratory safety guidelines across the HSC, enhancing environmental health and safety. The committee has representation of all the HSC faculties. Yesterday, Mr. Sri Kumar from Faculty of Medicine and Mrs. Lina Ibrahim from Faculty of Allied Health Sciences were present with us, and they are members of the committee. From 2009 to 2011, the committee was working on setting the foundation for the medical waste management system that I'll be addressing in a few minutes. Up to that date, medical waste management services were limited to collection of biological waste, and these wastes were treated using the autoclave that we have in our facilities. After that, they were disposed in Shuaib landfills. In February 2011, we started the medical waste management system, and the system has become effective. Please let me allow to make one point very clear to everybody. When I keep repeating medical waste management system, it's not a system of equipment, but rather a managerial system. So we keep using the word system because we want to make people think of it as a systematic approach to manage waste. It's not a collection of equipment. And you'll see that. So it's the medical waste management system is a managerial system. It manages both hazardous waste and non-hazardous waste produced within our facilities and faculty that include the faculty of medicine, medical sciences, pharmacy, dentistry. And in dentistry, we are take care of the Kuwait University Dentistry Center, which is basically the clinic where our students get trained. The Animal Resources Center and Research Core Facility. The Research Core Facility is a facility that is dedicated for research in genomics and proteomics. So what are the different types of medical fields that we cover in our system? We cover biological or biohazardous waste, we cover chemical waste, pharmaceutical, decayed radioactive, animal, dental, glass, expired cell batteries, and others. Just 1 second, please. I think this is the old version of my presentation. Because I made some changes. So excuse me for that.
Demonstrations we attend this morning, I had a talk with Dr. Abbasin. She told us the same. She feels like some information on repeat issues she has to remove.
So, excuse me for what happened. Principle of education, communication, and mechanism. We'll be discovering that together during this talk, and we did that. So let's go back to the slide. So we do biological, we cover biological, chemical, pharmaceutical, decay, radioactive, animal, dental, glass, and plastic waste as well. Expired cell batteries and other waste. When I say other waste, I refer to the combined waste, when they are, let's say, chemical and biological together. Concerning the decayed radioactive waste, the Ministry of Health has a law which forbids dealing with radioactive waste in its active state. So all the radioactive waste must be decayed before we can manage them. So what we do have special containers for radioactive waste. We store them in our facility until they decay and lose activities. After that, we dispose them of the facilities. So the system has different functions. Let's start first with the containment provision. So we provide our staff and our students with waste bags and containers, color-coded waste bags and containers. The color code that we follow is based on the WHO regulation. And we do collect, the second function is collection. We do collect waste from a predefined waste collection point. That means each department has a collection point, and we come either on a scheduled basis or on demand to collect waste. The treatment, we treat the waste either on-site or off-site, whenever it's possible. We make sure that the treatment methods are validated, and the waste is fully treated, and it's no longer hazardous. And transport, we make sure that the waste is properly transferred, whether it's a treated waste or non-treated waste from our facility, either to secondary treatment facility or disposal facility. When it comes to safe disposal, we use the facilities that is available here in Kuwait that are governed by the Ministry of Health, Environmental Protection Agency, and the Public Authority for Industry. And we do keep records of what we have. So this is the color code that we follow for biological waste, including pathological and infectious waste. We go for yellow. Sharps, we go for yellow. Pharmaceutical, including the cytotoxic, this is brown. Chemical, it's brown. For the radioactive, it's not specified by the WHO. So where do we operate when we say we do collect waste and we manage waste? Where do we operate? Basically, we work with a clinically oriented department, lab-oriented department, and HSC facilities, that is Animal Resources Center, Research Core Facility, and dentistry. So this is a picture of our dental clinic. This is our animal house, and this is a snapshot of one of our clinically oriented departments. look about our operation, about what we do. So the producer of medical waste, whether that person is a staff or a student, it must segregate waste in designated color-coded containers. So each department has different types of color-coded containers, and that person, whenever he produces waste, whether that waste was produced as a result of an experiment, a research project, or daily activity, or a training, he has to place the waste in a designated container. Then afterwards, the system operator, which is the contractor, they are sitting at the back. Mr. Abraham, are you there? Yeah. He's sitting at the back. He's our operator. He collects the waste from the predefined waste collection points, either on a scheduled basis or on demand. We, as a committee, the Directory and Environmental Safety Committee, we keep an eye on the operator and on our waste producer, and we supervise them and provide necessary guidance. This is an example of a form that we ask our staff to fill. So every day and for an entire month, each chief technician has to fill out the medical waste manifest. This manifest basically, it's a record of all the waste production in that department. At the end of the month, the chief technician will sign it off and send it back to the committee so that we keep a track of how much waste is produced at each department. And please note that whether it's we define the waste as per to the different streams that we cover. Chemical, pharmaceutical, biological, radioactive, dental, and each stream of the waste he has to record whether that stream is in a liquid form or in a solid form. That will help us, to provide the department with different types of waste bags and containers. So all the numbers that they write them down are not useless, but this is good for us so that we have a good input, quantitative input about how much we produce, how many containers do we need to buy, how many bags do we need to buy. So for 2011, this is our prediction for medical waste. And in 2012, the production increased. We experienced that at the very beginning, the staff were not sure how to fill out the form. But as they get used to writing the forms on a monthly basis, their numbers have become more accurate. And we discovered that, the waste production increased as well. The system follows the local and international regulatory guidance that was set by Kuwait Environment Public Authority, Kuwait Public Authority for Industry, Kuwait Ministry of Health, Kuwait Ministry of Interior, especially the Department of the Transport of Traffic. This is for the transport of waste. Whenever we found that there is a deficiency in the local regulation, we moved to the international regulation. For the international regulation, we based our activities on the World Health Organization, and we rely a lot on the U.S. Environmental Protection Agency and the U.S. Occupational Safety and Health Administration. So we go first local, but if we find that the local regulations are not sufficient, we go international. The first step is WHO. If WHO didn't answer our question, we go to the US EPA and US OSHA. Medical waste management is not just collecting waste, managing waste, making sure that the waste is disposed of properly. We found out that we need to raise awareness in order to make sure that our efforts and the investment in that project has a positive return. So we invested in providing the services and educating our staff and the students as well. So in 2011, we gave them an orientation of the system operation. We educated our staff in 2 duplicate sessions. What is medical waste? And we explained to them what we are looking for through this project, what is the expectation from them, and what they should expect from us. In the year 2012, we offered them a 2-day intensive training course in medical waste management. That intensive course was repeated in a duplicate session, so people had the opportunity to attend. For example, if they couldn't make it for the first 2 days, the session was repeated for the following 2 days, and people found it very convenient that they did it this much. In the year 2013, we offered them another training about laboratory safety, but last May, when we had the laboratory safety training, we wanted to make it different. We noticed in 2011 it was really heavy crash course about medical waste with so much theoretical information. So in order to make it more interactive, what we did, we asked the consultant who was supposed to deliver the course to visit all the facility, assess all the facility at HSC, and take a snapshot. We asked him to take a different snapshots of what he saw. He presented all these pictures and he started talking about it. He said that I went to the dental clinic and I saw such and such. When he saw positive things, he talked about the positive things that he saw. When he saw bad things, he talked about the bad things and how to correct the bad things. So that we wanted the audience to be related to what we are doing, to make sure that what they are doing in their labs is right. Because it might happen that I work in a lab, I think that what I'm doing is right, but what I do is not right. So that was the main purpose of the training. This year, this academic year is starting actually this month. We started the Health, Safety and Environment lecture series. The Health, Safety and Environment lecture series, basically we will throughout the academic year, every month during the second week, we'll be offering free lectures to all our staff, student visitors. We will accept people from outside the agency about environmental health and safety. We will be giving them lectures about different topics: medical waste management, occupational health, environmental health, indoor air quality, anything that is related within the health, safety, and environment arena. So that we wanted to enhance their skills, enhance their knowledge about health and safety, and to make them more responsible. So these are pictures from our trainings that we offer to our staff and students. And this is a flyer of our event. And concerning the training, we accept and everybody is welcome to attend our trainings and lectures. In the past, we had people coming from the National Institute, the private sector, Ministry of Defense, other faculties at Kuwait University, private university. So if you are interested in attending one of our lectures, just drop us an email. I'll show you the email at the very end. And tell us that I'm interested in attending the lecture, and I'll be adding you to the mailing list. Also, we do have a web page. This web page, we call it our e-portal about health and safety. Through this e-portal, we want to make all the knowledge and information accessible to the staff and the student. It might happen, it might be very common. They say, well, I didn't get the letter that you sent to my manager. You keep communicating with the manager, but by the time it reaches me, it takes a long time. So anything that we communicate officially to the administration is available online. And we hope that people keep visiting our website, whether from HSC or outside Kuwait University. Everybody is welcome. It has a free access resources. So if you're interested, just visit our site. It's www.hsc.edu.kw/health_safety_and_environment. This is the site. We have e-resources, all the training, AG2's education presentation are uploaded in the site as well. We have dedicated section for frequently asked questions. So if I'm an employee and I'm not sure, for example, which chemical waste is hazardous, so I go there and the frequently asked question, and the answer is available. And the website is updated frequently, and we keep updating the information, adding the new information to the website. Okay, so I spoke about how we educate our staff and students through first training and continuous education. Second, we have a website where they can access information about health and safety. Third, we came up with this form and we named it the incident report. The incident report form basically is a report to record all the incidents that occurs in our facility, whether it's lab facility, teaching lab facility, or research facility, or even the training facility. It provides a mechanism for our staff, students, and visitors to communicate and address risk. It's still that we are a committee and we are involved with people, but at the same time, we don't live with them in their daily life. They do their activities away from us. So we need a method to communicate with them in which they address risk. And the input we receive from them will help us design the training. So, for example, suppose that I know an X person in a department Y, and that X person has an issue with dealing with chemical spillage in the laboratory. Whenever he has a chemical spillage, he reports it through the incident report form, and that form is forwarded to the committee. We count how many incidents we have concerning a particular topic, so that when we design a lecture or a training course, we focus on the things and the concept that our staff and students have deficiency on it. So we don't use it, as a way to penalize our staff, but to get an input from our staff to enhance their knowledge and skills. We also outreach our staff through the e-announcements. We send them announcements through emails. We send them an e-newsletter. We have monthly safety tips that we keep sending them every month. We communicate with them through emails. We do have our webpage up and running. In the Health Sciences Center, we do have big plasma TVs that are used for basically announcement and advertising. So we made arrangements with the Technical Support Administration that whenever we want to have an announcement, we display these TVs. We communicate with them officially. We send letters to their administration and leadership, and we have a verbal communication, and we encourage personal communication. What is good about our committee that it has representation of each faculty. So Faculty of Medicine is represented by 2 members because it's one of the largest faculties. Faculty of Allied Health Sciences has 1 member, Pharmacy has a member, and Dentistry has a member as well. So these members are part of the faculties, and they communicate with their colleagues on a friendly basis all the time. And we do have brochures and leaflets. This past summer I was working on preparing some brochures for our staff, and the brochures are ready in my office. I'll try to get you some tomorrow. This is an example of the safety tips that we send every month. So every month we send safety tips to our staff. The idea of the tips is very simple. We send only 5 tips concerning a topic in health and safety. These tips are written in a plain language. We are written in English, but in a plain English that anybody can understand. Whether that person he is a full professor or a supporting academic staff, a junior technician, senior technician, even our computer staff, because I keep communicating with them a lot. They say, we have become an expert in safety now after reading your emails and the tips. These tips are available online as well. So suppose that a staff or a student by mistake deleted that email, the same tips is available. This tips is the tips of this month. Every month we send them the tips, and number 14 is for October 2013. So our future plan, we want to move ahead with our system and enhance all the deficiencies that we have. We are continuously improving. We are not perfect yet, but we are heading towards our goal. We want to establish an online certification. An online certification, each step in the student will go an online training course, and at the end has to answer questions, and will get the results on the spot, and that certificate will reach us. We need to keep a track of how many people are attending the training courses, how many people are certified to work in the lab. What is happening right now, that people, they just join the labs, they are not properly trained. I'm sorry to say this, but they follow the principle monkey see, monkey do. I see what my supervisor and superior are doing, and I just copy them without even asking. So we want to change this way of doing things, and we want to enforce logical and systematic approach to doing things. So we will hopefully, by not this year, the following year, our online certification training will be ready. And we are working on the Safe Laboratory Practices Code of Conduct. The Code of Conduct will be distributed to all staff and students, and it has details about how to work in the lab, how to address risk, how to manage waste, when you face a problem, how to report it. And it is a big document. We have been working on it, but still we haven't finished yet. The last thing that we hope to do is we want to start an awareness campaign at the university level, not just the Health Sciences Center, but at Kuwait University level, because we do accept researchers coming from outside the HSC. So anybody coming to HSC has to follow our standard, the HSC standards. And regardless of many obstacles that we have been facing, we simply don't give up. I know medical waste management is a very touching topic, and people during the past 2 days have talked a lot about the problems that they are facing, but that doesn't mean that we give up. We try to solve the problems. As I mentioned, the Health Sciences Center is not the perfect place in management for medical waste, but we started in 2009, now we are in 2013, and I feel that we have accomplished a lot. And everything that we can to help safety will benefit not just the Health Sciences Center, but will help the community as well. And everybody can turn the challenges he or she faces in his or her workplace into change management opportunity. So the challenges that you face with some work and dedication and commitment, you can transform it to a change management opportunity that will allow you to enhance the level of safety, to enhance the professionalism of your staff. One of the challenges that we came across was people are coming from different backgrounds, with different thinking, with different levels of professionalism. We dealt with people who didn't even know how to write their names. And sorry to tell this, but we had to work with them and communicate with them. And after some while, people are improving, and they're continually improving. And thank you very much for listening to me. I hope that I didn't take a lot of your time. And if you want to communicate with us, please, you can either write to us, email us at hsc@hsc.edu.kw, or visit our website. And please remember that we are all committed to safety. It's not just the university, academia, Swiss academia, it is the ministry and the private sector as well. Thank you very much for listening.